Hey guys, it's Allison again with Imperfect Pages, and I've got two art-ish journals to show you guys today. These are from when I was taking Get Messy classes. These were, I think it was two different seasons that I did this, or maybe it was one season I did. And I already showed you guys a flip through of the September junk journal that I did for Get Messy, and these are just two other ones that I had also worked on. So yeah, we'll get right into it. I'll set this one off to the side. Let me make sure you guys are in the frame still. Yes, we're still good. I'm still working out this tripod video setup thing, so I appreciate the patience. So we'll just dive right into this. So I just started with I guess a week one prompt was to create a journal and define the seasons. And this says, "What is this? A mess. As if you couldn't tell. Now this page is a mess. It was basically just a dumping ground of leftover paint and tape and paper scraps and whatever I was working with. I'm not entirely sure what all is on here. Looks like some watercolor, some acrylic maybe, but it's a look. We're just gonna go ahead and turn this. This one was a collage page, and you know, I'm not super thrilled with how it turned out, but I can definitely see parts of my current style in this journal and in the other one that I'll show you guys as well. I do like to do different collage bits with tiny pieces of paper, like rip them up and collage with them. But this one just, I don't know, this one's just not it, man. This whole journal itself is kind of a mess, and so is the other one, but I mean, that was the point of these, was to make a mess and try to figure out what my style was at the time. So these were some notes that I did while I'd watched the Get Messy live webinar thing. This was just a tiny collage I did. This one I don't mind. This one, it's got a lot of the elements that I enjoy nowadays, the colors and the like florals and butterflies and whatnot. I really love that style. This just says seasons of life and way too many late nights. I remember making this page. It was after I'd worked a shift at my old job, which I worked at a hotel, and I worked from 3 p.m. to 11, and when I would get home it would be like 12:30, and I would, you know, still be awake and I wasn't ready to go to bed yet, and I would make art. So this is what it was. That must be glued together. These I never did anything with. Another page of notes that I really didn't do anything with. This one is makes me a little uncomfy. I'm not sure what's up with the anatomy on this girl, but I remember at the time being really proud of it, and now it kind of scares me, but that is supposed to be me. And I just surrounded it with things that I was into at the time. Yeah, we're gonna go to the next page. This was a jelly print I did on top of some Flowbook paper, and just a quote on this side. A couple of these pages I had to add tracing paper to because they stuck together. I don't remember what kind of paint I was using on these pages, but it stuck together so bad. I don't know if you can tell, but this just says fall, and I'm not going to try to peel the tracing paper off of here because these pages are just a mess. Blank page. This just says capture the season, and I tried pressing a flower from my yard, and yeah, it didn't turn out too bad. I still like to press flowers from my yard, and as often as I can. In the spring it's really nice, but then the rest of the year everything's just, it's too humid to press the flowers after that. So yeah, and that was the end of that one. That one was also from September, I guess. Are these all from September? This one doesn't have a date in it. Okay, let's make sure this one's in frame also. Yep, we're good. Okay, so this was another, I assume this one's also from September, to be honest. A messy collage kind of page. I was kind of experimenting with distress, the distress pads, like the stamp pad thingies. I realized I don't really like those. They're just not, there's not enough precision for me. I think they look really cool on other people's pages, but I just can't figure out how to make them work for me, and that's okay. That's kind of why I did this art challenge, and you know, use different supplies that I wouldn't typically use. This one is just some watercolor and a quote. I really like this watercolor here, the tie-dye style. It's really nice. I might have to do something like that again. Another pressed flower thing. Yeah, I put packing tape over these to kind of preserve them, and I'm glad I did, because I think it would fall apart, honestly, if I didn't. This is one of my favorite pages, honestly, out of the 3 Get Messy Junk journals I did. I really love the flowers. I think they turned out really nice. Yeah, I'd like to do something like that again. This was just, I did some writing on a piece of tracing paper and glued it in here on top of some watercolor that I did, and this looks kind of like glitter glue, maybe glitter paint. Yeah, just an FYI, if you use glitter paint in your journals, your pages will stick together. I'm guessing that's why I have the tracing paper on this side to keep it from sticking. And I did glue the pages together in these journals just to give them a little more stability. Here's another, just another page with another quote. A meme. If you don't put memes in your journals, what are you doing? I love printing memes to put in my journals. I really think it truly captures the times and just my generation, like this generation's humor. Another quote and a weirdly proportioned flower. I kind of hate it. I'm not sure what this is. I am guessing I was probably going to put affirmations on here, and then I never went back and did that. A page of me just saying, I am not my fears and traumas. I was going through a phase during this time. I was dealing with some stuff, and you can kind of see it, and you could see it in my personal journal that I was keeping at this time, and this was just my art journal. I hate this page. I hate it. I don't have a single good thing to say about this page. I hate it. Yeah. And then at the end of my journals, I like to keep space for reflection, so like my future self can come back and write on these pages. I don't know if I'll ever come back and write on the pages in this journal. So yeah, yeah, that was the 2 flip-throughs for these 2 art journals. I guess it just goes to show that your style can change over time, drastically. We all have to start somewhere, and it's okay to have journals that you end up not loving and having pages that you hate, because it helps you develop your style and figure out what you do and don't like. So that's why I'm sharing these with you guys, because I don't love all of my journal pages. I don't love all of my previous journals, and these 2 are great examples of journals I'm not in love with. Will I ever part with them? No, probably not, because they're part of my journey. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great afternoon, and I will see you next time.